Delivery now for the Supreme $4 deal. Get a Supreme Pizza for $8.99 and get any other medium for just $4 more.
Gonna change to Pizza Hut Delivery. Pizza Hut Delivery, making it great.
A reputation you could ride on Big O Tires.
Big O gives you one of the toughest tire warranties around. You get a flat, we fix it. And if we can't fix it, you get a new tire. It's that simple. We'll rotate your tires every 5,000 miles, and when they need to be rebalanced, we'll do it. And it's free for the life of your Big O tires. That's Big O.
A reputation you could ride on Big O Tires.
And the Braves are calling themselves the 1991 champs. 3A football, they beat Mountain Crest. You see the score 7-3, and what a huge upset. It was one play, one score on each side. Let's take a look at the Bountiful score. It was a fake reverse on the opening kickoff of the second half. There he is, Travis Acord, 6'3", 195-pound senior. He races down the far sideline. One man to beat, it's the kicker, Larson, the quarterback, and he goes all the way for the touchdown. That was enough. 7-3, the final score. We'll be back after this timeout.
Board of Directors of the Utah High School Activities Association will make the presentation of the...
Grandma's and ZCMI Tire and Auto Centers, your hometown Kelly Tire dealers, not only give you the best prices on Kelly Tires, now they introduce the revolutionary Preferred Customer Card. Now when you purchase tires, you also get 10 free services the other guys charge for. Free flat repair, free tire rotation, free tire rebalancing, free alignment checks, brake inspections, and more. It's the Preferred Customer Card, available only at Grandma's and ZCMI Tire and Auto Centers, your hometown Kelly Tire dealers.
Hi, Mark Marine here at Menlove Dodge Toyota. Let me tell you about a program we are very proud of at Menlove, our Fresh Start program. It's a reestablishing program specifically and uniquely designed to help customers with credit problems. Not only will you be in a position to buy a new or used car, but at the very same time we will help you take your biggest step towards reestablishing your credit. Call me today at Utah's most comprehensive credit desk. That's Menlove Dodge Toyota in Bountiful.
Hey, Vern, just holding a little milkshake course here. Now, this student chose a pre-made, right out of the machine, ordinary milkshake. Please notice the lack of brains, whilst this stylish student chose an Arctic Circle milkshake, made thick and rich with his choice of flavors. Now, what did we learn today, students? For real shake appeal, Arctic Circle's got the deal.
College material.
Hot. No. Fun. Hot new fun at Classic Skating. 4 locations, Ogden, Bountiful, Sandy, and Orem.
And it was indeed a shocker on the hill. Bountiful, a big underdog, comes up big today. 7-3, the final score. Bountiful wins it. Now stay tuned because we have the Skyline Timpview 4A Championship after this.
This has been First Security UHSAA 3A High School Championship Football from Rice Stadium at the University of Utah. Brought to you by First Security Bank, giving 110%. And by Pizza Hut. Call Pizza Hut Delivery now.
You're watching Reel 14, KXIV in Salt Lake City, Utah.
From Rice Stadium at the University of Utah, it's First Security UHSAA 4A High School Championship Football with Skyline versus Timpview. Sponsored by First Security Bank, giving 110%. And by Pizza Hut. Call Pizza Hut Delivery now. And now with the action, Chris Matthews and Kelly Harris. From Rice Stadium at the University of Utah, it's First Security UHSAA 4A High School Championship Football with Skyline versus Timpview. Sponsored by First Security Bank, giving 110%. And by Pizza Hut. Call Pizza Hut Delivery now. And now with the action, Chris Matthews and Kelly Harris.
And we say good evening once again as the sun begins to set over the Oquirrh Mountains west of Salt Lake Valley. The excitement and tension starts to build here at Rice Stadium for this 4A football championship game. And I'll tell you what, Kelly, this is going to be a big one. You have two teams that are fairly evenly matched.
Yeah, two teams that are coming in with winning streaks on the line. Skyline's gone through the year undefeated, and Timpview comes in with a 10-game winning streak after only losing their opener to West Jordan to start the season.
Skyline High School has the tradition on its side. They have only lost a handful of games over the last 3 years.
Yeah, I believe only 3 over the last 3 years, and Coach Roger Dupay's got his team ready again tonight. I think we're going to be in for a great ball game.
Last season, Roger Dupay had his son quarterbacking this team. How's the quarterback this year?
Very good. The quarterback, they're still in a wishbone, and they're going to come out and try and control the ball game with that wishbone offense, try and keep the ball out of very dangerous Timpview offense.
Some of the folks know BYU, and Kelly, you mentioned this Timpview offense. Pattern very similar after that BYU offense. They'll throw the ball.
They like to put the ball in the air a lot. They're a big play team. Their quarterback, Engelman, will throw the ball. He's averaged over 200 yards a game, over 3 touchdowns per game. They're going to put the ball up a lot, and as we go back to Skyline, they want to keep the ball out of Timpview's hands.
You mentioned winning streaks, and how important is that coming into a championship ball game and the intensities here?
Well, with both teams on the line with their winning streak, there's a lot of pride involved. But when you get to a state championship, there's going to be a lot of emotion, and I think we're in for a great ball game tonight.
That Bountiful ball game that we saw at Bountiful over Mountain Crest, 7-3 was that final score. Nobody expected a low score like that. Do you expect the same thing here?
Well, I think it's going to be a little higher scoring ball game, but you never know when you get to a playoff game or a state championship game like this. We expected in the first game Mountain Crest really to blow out Bountiful, but in a state championship game, anything goes.
Kelly, what about the defense?
On the defensive side of the ball, Timpview's going to run a 6-1 defense. It's a very active defense. They stunt. On the other side of the ball, Skyline runs a basic 3-4 defense. They stay a little more at home. They'll slant off their defensive tackles. They're a little bigger than Timpview up front, but Timpview's not small by any means.
Now, I understand this quarterback is something else for Timpview.
Timpview, the quarterback, Engelman, like I said, he's averaging over 200 yards a ball game, and I think he's a legitimate college prospect at quarterback.
Okay, we are getting set for the 4A football championship from the University of Utah's Rice Stadium. We'll be back with the opening kickoff after this.
Everybody's going to their Toyota dealer's first 1992 sales event.
You bet I'm going.
Featuring new 92s with more new models and more new ways to save than ever before.
I'll be there.
You can save up to $850 on 92 truck options on top of your best deal.
I'm going all right.
And up to $900 on options on your new 4Runner.
Just try and stop me.
So break away to your Toyota dealer's first sales event for 92. Everybody's going.
The 49th Street Galleria presents the Safari Club Birthday Party. For only $6 per person, your child can have a fantastic party with your choice of roller skating, 18 holes of miniature golf, batting at Casey's, or bowling in the Bowling Green. Your party package also includes 6 tokens for each guest, your choice of hot dogs or pizza, along with soft drinks and ice cream. And the Galleria Entertainers back, a barrel of fun, all for only $6 per person. For reservations, call the Galleria now, 263-2987. Some activities subject to availability and some restrictions may apply.
And it is a championship day in Utah. Boy, we had the 3A championship tonight, the 4A championship, Kelly. And this one hopefully will cross our fingers. It may be as big as that 3A.
Boy, it can't get much better than that last game with Bountiful upsetting Mountain Crest 7-3.
Skyline kicks off deep to Timpview, and that guy has a leg into the end zone. So Timpview will take over 1st and 10. At its own 20-yard line.
Remember that number 12, Brian Alba, the Skyline kicker. He could be the difference in the ball game tonight.
They say if that guy gets inside 65 yards out, he has the green light. Let's go ahead and just kick it.
Yeah, anything past the halfway point of the field, the 50-yard line, that's in Alba's range.
Number 13, Ryan Engelman, is a quarterback for the Thunderbirds from Timpview. 1st and 10 from the 20-yard line. We are underway at Rice Stadium. In motion is Adams. Back to pass is Engelman. Engelman pressured, gets the ball off, finds his receiver, and Henstrom makes the catch, and he picks up about 8 yards.
I think that's going to be very typical of what we're going to see in tonight's ball game. They started with the single back, and then they put him in motion, so there's no one back there. They had 6 receivers out in the pattern. It's a wide-open offense.
6 receivers out there. Can the Skyline Eagles stay with them? 2nd down, let's call it a long yard for the Thunderbirds. Engelman is the quarterback. Backs are now split. There's the give to the flanker back to the near side, and that is Winterton, and he may be the best player. Coach says that this guy is the best player.
The best player, according to Coach Chad Van Orden. The best player on Timpview's team, probably the most versatile. He plays both offense and defense for Timpview, and they pick up the 1st down. It's always good to get that first down under your belt.
Oceans running high here at Rice Stadium for this big 4A Classic. Skyline, the defending champs, coming in. Timpview hopes to derail them here this evening. 11:16 left in the 1st quarter. We're just underway. Timpview has the ball at its own 34-yard line. Back to pass. Engelman. Now he fires on the far side. Intended out there for number 21, and that is J.J. Adams, but it was just off his fingertips.
That time, again, single back in the backfield. Adam Dayton was the single back there, but he stayed in to block that time, try and give Engelman a little more time to throw.
There's your senior quarterback, Ryan Engelman, 6'2", 219. He's a big guy, a sharp-looking quarterback for a high school kid.
He's the classic quarterback size, about 6'2", 220 pounds. Very heady ball player.
From the I formation this time, looking at 2nd down and 10 from the 34-yard line. There's the give to the tailback, and he breaks through the line of scrimmage. Adams gets out across the 35, out to the 40-yard line. Nice pickup of 5, call it 6 yards for J.J. Adams.
Timpview's going to try and keep a fairly balanced offense, this time from the I formation with Dayton leading the way. A good block by Dayton just off the right guard, between the right guard and the right tackle. Adams picks up a good gain, brings up 3rd and 4.
Do they use Adam Dayton much on the offense?
He's more of a blocker, Chris, and you probably won't see him carry the ball a lot.
Engelman is back to pass, and he's hit as he releases the ball, but he's going deep. He has a receiver. It is Henstrom. Henstrom could go all the way. Touchdown. Timpview scores first, and they score quickly.
Great pass by Engelman, and that's the explosiveness of that Timpview offense. They can strike from anywhere on the field. Engelman laid a perfect pass out there for Henstrom. We're going to see, again, good protection up front. That Timpview Thunderbird line is big. They gave him plenty of time, and just a perfect delivery, outstretched catch by Doug Henstrom for the touchdown.
Boy, he did not have to break stride, and he goes into the end zone for the score. And I'll tell you what, Timpview scored very quickly, and the Skyliners got to regroup for a little bit. I mean, they have to get back and play D.
Yeah, I'm sure they're in a little bit of shock. I think coming into the game, even though these teams were evenly matched, Skyline was considered the favorite in this game.
There's the snap and the kick. It is up and good. 7-0 is our score. That score drive took what exactly a minute and a half exactly, and Timpview's on the board. 7-0 is our score. We're going to take a timeout and be back after this.
Precision Automotive, 6955 South, 400 West in Midvale, is a full-service shop where you always get quality service and repairs. Skilled technicians are fully trained on foreign and domestic cars and trucks, tune-ups, fuel injection, turbochargers, brakes, four-wheel drives, and engine overhaul, with no unexpected charges or gimmicks. Owner John Young says,
"Remember, at Precision Automotive, we do it right the first time."
Precision Automotive, top quality at an honest price. East of I-15 at 6955 South, 400 West.
John Stockton, what do you like about First Security Bank?
Well, a lot of things. They're friendly, bright, helpful. And and I really like their hustle.
First Security Bank, currently giving 110%.
It's the right route. It's the right choice. Provo City, the move is going on.
And the T-Birds get on the board first. 7-0 is our score. And Kelly, look at this long bomb, 60 yards.
Brian Engelman, passes to Doug Henstrom, and just a perfect pass, and he legs it out, beating number 11 for Skyline.
Cliff Doman.
And then Doman's one of their fastest players on their team, so that tells you what kind of speed Henstrom has.
That could be scary. Back to receive for the Skyline Eagles. You see number 11 back there. That is Cliff Doman, who was just beat on that race to the end zone by Doug Henstrom.
In the semifinal game last week against Hunter, Hunter would not kick the ball on kickoffs toward Doman. Again, there's Timpview not going to do it.
With a little bloop. It does go to Cliff Doman. Cliff Doman has a block. He's across the 25, still on his feet across the 30, and he's tackled down at the 35-yard line. So some nifty and fancy footwork by Doman. He gets out about to the 35.
Yeah, it gives you a good reason not to kick it toward Doman. Showed right there.
So the kicker, Ryan Sudweeks, makes the stop also, number 56, for the Thunderbirds, and they work on defense now for the first time up on top, 7-0 over Skyline. Here come the Eagles with quarterback Scott Vincent, two very different offenses. The Eagles will run the wishbone. Bennett, Hansen, and Cannon are the backs behind quarterback Scott Vincent. There's the get to the halfback. Quick hole, he's got a burst, he can go all the way. He's at the 45, the 40, down to the 30-yard line, 35, 20 to make a dive, and they won't catch it. Score for Skyline. And can you believe this? What's going on here? Matt Hansen takes it all the way for the score.
Matt Hansen, the fastest player on the Skyline team. Boy, Chris, we're in for a great ball game tonight. Matt Hansen, who scored 2 touchdowns in last year's state championship game against Highland, starts the game off for Skyline. Here we're going to see it on a replay. From the wishbone, just a straight dive, and a great block up front by number 53, Paul Frederick, to spring him loose, and then he just turns it on by himself to finish off the play.
And he goes 65 yards for the score. And it's 7-6 for the PAT, the Skyline Eagles. This is an amazing opening to this 4A championship. It is up, certainly high enough, and it is good. So we are all tied at 7-7, and we're going to take a break and come back and see what the Timpview Thunderbirds can do on offense back after this.
A reputation you can ride on Big O Tires.
Big O gives you one of the toughest tire warranties around. You get a flat, we fix it. And if we can't fix it, you get a new tire. It's that simple. We'll rotate your tires every 5,000 miles, and when they need to be rebalanced, we'll do it. And it's free for the life of your Big O tires. That's Big O.
A reputation you can ride on Big O Tires.
Start with a crisp, fresh fruit and salad bar. Then for the same low price, add delicious hot entrees, specialty foods like seafood and pasta, a cool dessert bar with all your favorites, plus a soft drink. Chuck-A-Rama's cooking it all up for one low price and special kids prices too.
Quality variety at one low price. Chuck-A-Rama, we're cooking and how.
And let's take a look at this one more time, the 65-yard touchdown run. There's just a quick handoff inside to Hansen. He will break it right there. He gets by the secondary. Then it's a foot race. This guy is a sprinter, as you mentioned, Kelly. And when you're racing a sprinter, it's tough to beat him, and he goes in for the score.
Right, he was an all-state sprinter for the Skyline track team last year in both the 100 and 200 meter. And there he shows it on that touchdown run.
What an amazing start to this championship football game at Rice Stadium, 7-7, and we have only played a minute 50. We haven't played 2 minutes yet, and already it's 7-7.
We've got 2 scores in less than 2 minutes. On our last game, we went 48 minutes, and we've got more scores in the last 2.
There's a kickoff by Scott, and that'll go into the end zone, and so the Thunderbirds will take it at the 20.
Don't expect too many returnable kicks from Alba this game.
Maybe while we have a second here, let's take a look at some of the players on that Thunderbird offense. Up front, you have Hunt, and you have Johnson on the outside. He's the tight end. Center is Hunt. Engelman is the quarterback. Skousen, Adams in the backfield. And these two wide receivers, actually they have three who are very good. Skousen, Winterton, and Henstrom. Henstrom broke that long one for the score.
Timpview's very big up front. Their offensive line averages about 220 pounds compared to the Skyline defensive line, which averages under 200 pounds.
Back to pass, Engelman, now he fires, and it's incomplete. There is a flag on the field. Maybe a little illegal motion. We'll check for you the call from the referee.
Penalty was on Timpview. We're going to see if Skyline decides to accept.
We have an illegal shift on the offense. Penalty is declined. Second down.
Defensive co-captain Dave Edwards, number 72. He's their leader on that defensive side. He'll be calling the signals. Defensively, he plays the linebacker position. Big, tall kid.
Well, Bountiful beat Mountain Crest earlier. You saw the game here on KXIV. 7-3 the final score. 89-yard kickoff return was the difference there. This one 7-7, knotted up in the first quarter. Dayton in motion. There's the handoff to their halfback, and he gets to the outside, and that is Adams. J.J. Adams tries to fight off a cornerback, and he cannot break it, and he's strung down right there. Stop was made by number 8 for Skyline High School.
J.J. Adams, Bruce, not a very big kid, but he's strong. See on the replay here, just a little trap block, number 70 on Timpview, Matt Starley, offensive lineman, kicking out, giving Adams a chance to get around the corner, and he picks up about 5 yards. It's going to bring up a 3rd and 5.
Correction, the stop was made by number 6. That is Reinhold, Rob Reinhold. Back to pass is Engelman. Engelman looking, now he fires, he has his man. It's caught out at the 34-yard line. Nice throw and grab by Timpview.
That is not an easy throw to make. He is a nice ball fake. Hit the ball on his hip. We'll see on the replay. Watch how he hides the ball after the ball fake. There it is on his hip. Then he delivers a strike. Nice throw on the run. That is not an easy throw.
Catch made out there by Winterton, Neil Winterton, 180-pound senior, as we mentioned, the best player according to Timpview's coach on the entire team. And they have some very talented ball players. 9:06 to play in the first quarter, knotted at 7. In motion is Dayton. And a flag is thrown.
Looks like the defensive line from Skyline jumped offside, possibly John Frank, number 50, just a little anxious there.
Well, it was Mountain View striking early. Henstrom goes 60 yards for the score off a pass.
Defense, still first down.
There's the call. Or rather, Timpview, we should say. Timpview scores first on that 60-yard scoring pass from Engelman to Henstrom. Then Skyline came right back with Hansen running 65 yards for the score, and that's where we are right now. Ball spotted at the 39-yard line. Skousen is the wide receiver on the near side. Single setback behind quarterback Engelman. Now in motion is Dayton. There's a toss. It goes to Skousen. Skousen has a big hole. He breaks through it out at the 49-yard line.
You're going to hear the name Skousen called quite often tonight. There's Mark, which is one of the running backs, and then his twin brother, Jeff Skousen, who just caught the ball. This time it's Jeff catching the ball on the quick out. They're twin brothers, and also the nephew of former BYU and Houston Oilers quarterback Gifford Nielsen.
Chad Van Orton coaching the Timpview Thunderbirds to a possibility of the state championship. In motion again is Dayton. There's the handoff. This time it goes to Skousen. Skousen tries the right side.
There's the other Skousen this time. This time it's Mark Skousen, both 158-pound seniors. It's going to bring up a second down and 5 yards.
8:22 to play in the first quarter. We mentioned it's knotted at 7. Mark Skousen, senior running back, works both ways. Out of the ball game for Skyline comes number 74. That is Ryan Pettit. Doug Henstrom to the near side. Far side is Skousen. Single setback behind quarterback Engelman. Senior barks out the signals, and he takes the snap and gives it inside to Skousen, and Skousen works hard trying to get out to that 41-yard line, but did Skyline have it? No, the guy was called down.
I think they called him down, even though the Skyline player came up with the ball. The referee said that he was down on the field before the ball came loose.
Look at Roger Dupay and the offensive coordinator down there. They're livid over the call.
We're going to see the replay. You make the judgment yourself. It's just going to be a handoff into Skousen. See if we can see when the ball comes loose. They called him down right there, and then the ball comes out. It's a good job of trying to strip the ball by Dave Edwards.
Winterton and Skousen are the wide receivers from the I formation. They give it to the trailing back, number 44, and Skousen goes nowhere. He tries to spin for that first down. That'll bring up a fourth down. They still need a couple to go, and it looks like they're going to bring the punting unit in, and Skyline may take over. Back to receive this kick for the Skyline Eagles is Cliff Doman.
After two opening drives that resulted in touchdown, Tim View on their next possession has been forced to punt.
So in a sense, we're starting over right here.
That's right.
6:46 to go here in the first quarter. There you see Cliff Doman. Two brothers that play down at BYU for the Cougars. He'll take it at the 15. Tries to spin out of there, but he can't, and that's where the Skyline Eagles will take over. First and 10 from their own 15-yard line. Nowhere to go.
Good coverage on the punt that time by number 7, Corey Crowder. Plays a lot of special teams, 165-pound junior.
Coach Dupay says that Air Force, BYU, and Utah are looking at this guy. Let's take a look at him. He really might have wanted to call a fair catch, but he had nowhere to go. He tried to go left, then right, and before you know it, 3 Timpview Thunderbirds were on top of him. There's the fake to the fullback, the keeper by the quarterback, the leading rusher on the team, and as you mentioned, he gets across at 21. You mentioned it, Kelly, that this guy is, the second leading rusher in the entire state, so he's a good one.
Right, he's the leading rusher on the team and second in the whole state, and from the wishbone, they're going to give him a lot of opportunities to carry the ball. Scott Vincent is a very talented runner. He'll have the ball in his hands a lot tonight.
Scott Vincent, the 6-foot, 170-pound senior, whose dad played for the Skyline. Actually, dad and uncle, so it's kind of a third generation almost thing. Well, not actually generation, but it's kind of one of those family affair things. Skyline nowhere to go on that play and driven back about a yard. It'll bring up a third down call now, actually a fourth down.
Good play up front by the 4 Timpview defensive linemen led by John Roylance, number 38. John's son of one of the assistant coaches, Gary Roylance, and a fine play by the whole defensive line for Timpview.
Third down and 3. Quarterback Scott Vincent from the wishbone formation. There's the fake to the fullback, a keeper. Now the pitch out to his running back. Cannon can't get the first down. In fact, he barely gets back to the line of scrimmage. Now it will bring up a fourth down call for Roger Dupay, and he brings in the kicking punting unit. Take a look at this one here.
We're going to see the option again. There's the fake into the fullback. As it comes down the line, they get a little force from the defensive end, number 19 for Timpview. That's Howard Christiansen. Forces the pitch a little earlier and allows the defensive back to come up and make the play.
Winterton, nice play.